All right, it's on live.
Hey guys, welcome to Talking Time with Caffeine Special Edition. We have a return our guest from season 3, Brett, also used to be known as the Penguin, now known as Paradigm Shift. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Doing fantastic.
So you
And
were
Mario. Well, go on.
So you were at a March for Science last month.
Oh, it's already been that long? Yeah, I guess it was when was Earth Day? I think it was like on the April 21st or something like that. 22nd, 23rd, somewhere around there. Yeah, it was the 22nd, I think. Yeah. So it's not been a month yet, probably about 2 weeks ago, but yeah, I went there to support science. A lot of people were very political, but I tried to keep things about science, so it wasn't too bad. It was pretty fun. Gabe and I had a good time. I also met his friend Oriana, or I always mess up the name pronunciation, but she was pretty nice too. And yeah, we all marched in the rain, so it was great. We got soaked. Apparently, Bill Nye was there. He was at the front of the Capitol building, so you know, we got to see all the people march, and it was pretty fun.
So you met him twice then.
What's that?
You've met him twice now.
No, I didn't see him personally. I saw the stream that he put up, and then I noticed that he was there. That would have been. I've already technically. Well, I've had several interactions with him, but I've only met him once. Or actually, no, I take that back. I saw him at the Reason Rally, so I've met him once, and I've been in his presence twice. So, and I also won a contest and got his autograph a while back. So I've seen him. I've met. I've had several interactions with him. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. But yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. We stayed in the Naval Station Bethesda, and we were right across the street from the National Institutes of Health. So that was interesting. We got to go see all that glorious stuff, and it's a good time. Did you do anything?
What?
Did you march, or did you do anything? Did you support?
I probably supported it, but I didn't even know about. I didn't even know about it until you posted the thing.
Oh, really? It's all good. We got the message across, or at least in a good enough fashion. There were some idiots that showed up, but other than that, it was all good.
Yeah, you said it got political. What does that mean?
Political? What does it mean? People.
You said the march got political or something.
Yeah, people were taking the focus away from the march. Because the whole point of the march was to unite both sides in a common respect for the facts. But some people were like sending the wrong message. I saw some people who were marching against capitalism, which was kind of funny and nothing to do with science. I saw some people who marched saying that they wanted to smash the patriarchy or whatever. That wasn't really much about science. I saw some people who tried to bring the focus to Black Lives Matter and universal health care, which isn't about science. I saw some people make Hillary references by saying I'm with her, but instead of Hillary, it was Mother Earth. Yeah, there was a lot of political jargon across the board. There were some redeeming signs, though. Some people made the comment with their signs that because people, I assumed, like me, saw this coming. They knew that the march was going to be political, so they made their signs denouncing those who were political by saying, this isn't right. So that was also pretty cool to see.
Wow.
I did. I always thought the only enemy of science was like the far right religious people. I didn't think it would be a civil war between them.
No. Science denial is on both sides. far right leaning types tend to be for the 6,000-year-old Earth. They tend to reject evolution. They tend to denounce climate change. And then on the left, you've got the anti-GMOs, and you've got the against the vaccines, and then the organic and all of that noise, and then against nuclear power and all of that. So some people saw that and they made signs about that too. So,
Oh yeah, I guess the SJWs were taking over the science, are starting to infiltrate the science division.
yeah, they are. If you've watched anything from King Crocoduck, or if you've been paying attention to people who've been talking about it, it's a bigger problem than Trump, in my personal opinion, because they have tenure and they'll be in academia for a while, whereas Trump will only be in for 4 years, possibly, maybe 8. So yeah, they're starting to become a problem because they're starting to get an alarming amount of power. But I won't get too much into it because I personally don't have enough know-how on the subject to really go in depth.
So Shnick, Mario, what do you think?
Can I quick? Well, first of all, with SJWs getting too much power, thankfully there are signs that people take a stand against them. Do you know about that psycho SJW, Zarna Joshi, who literally believes that men are trying to commit a secret patriarchy against women and people of color, and how she wants to bring it down?
Wait, what?
No, seriously. So you remember do you know about the humongous incident?
Mm-hmm.
So that same woman who videotaped the guy claiming he sexually harassed her when all he did was give her a joke name. So she regularly, according to several YouTube comments, she regularly goes to like the government of Seattle, like I guess the courtroom or something like that, and she tries to protest her claims that white men are forming a patriarchy against women, people of color, basically all the minorities, and she says how she wants to bring them all down. And if you can believe it, unlike other SJWs like Anita Sarkeesian that are hailed as heroes, no one's buying Zarna's crap, and she regularly gets kicked out.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah.
Some of them are more subtle, and they're more respected.
Yeah.
Positions in academia as professors and scholars. So
I'll tell you one thing. Anita actually made an appearance at my school, though no one was overly excited about it.
Was it required?
No, it was just something the Women's Studies department was promoting.
Oh, you go to college?
Yeah, I'm actually finishing up my junior year.
Oh, interesting. What are you studying?
Basically video stuff.
Hey Mario, your mic is muted.
I know.
Okay.
I was just trying to talk to somebody on Facebook, but he only sent me like one message. And also I messaged Brandon to see if he was there, because when I checked, his Facebook said he was online like 3 to 4 minutes ago.
So do you have an opinion? You have an opinion?
Oh, SJWs, a science fair is to just promote Earth Day. So, like, why do you gotta protest there of all days? Like, why Earth Day?
Well, are you asking why they chose to do the Science March on Earth Day?
No, why should they? No. Okay, like, why should the SJWs have to protest on Earth Day in a science fair of all days? I mean, I guess it would make sense, kind of, but like, just let people enjoy Earth Day. That's what I think.
By the way, Mario, off topic real fast. So I got my caffeine here, and here's something I gotta say, Mario.
Oh no.
I was gonna share this Coke with you, but since you bailed down the podcast for a goddamn sandwich, I'm not giving this to you.
What? What? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh boy. Oh no, 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 no. Oh my god. I never expected something like that. Oh my god.
Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! I want all of you to look at it.
So, what were the main subjects talking about at the march?
Well, hold on. Like, I never knew there was a freaking Coke bottle with Adam as the name on it. I've never seen that shit.
They have random names on it. The share a Coke thing.
I thought it was just like random generic names that would just stay as generic names as the same stuff over and over again. I never knew they actually went and changed the names every now and then.
They do. They do. They have like almost every major name that's used in the United States.
Oh my god. Well, now I'm pissed off.
All for a goddamn sandwich.
It wasn't my fault the fucking line went around the building, Shnick.
It was only a few dollars off. It wasn't that big of a deal.
It wasn't a few dollars. It was like $1.
I know it was $1, but I would imagine the normal asking price is maybe $5 at most.
Well, I don't know. I never been to a Jimmy John's before until then.
Oh my god. Well, whatever.
Now I'm fucking pissed.
All right, Vandalia, continue on.
So what they talking about there? The real people. What was the main subject about this? Was there a big topic or anything particular?
Well, you mean speakers? Gabe and I never really went and listened to speakers. We were trying to find his friend, and the march had already began. He got in a little later. I had to go pick him up, and then we went and got food and showed up a little later. So, yeah, we really weren't there for any of the main speakers. The only speaker that I was aware of that was actually at the march was Bill, and he was speaking right before they went, and then I think he led the march. He was one of the front runners. Gabe and I were near the back end with his friend, so yeah, we didn't get to see any speakers or anything like that. But I assume from what I've seen, it was just the typical rhetoric of, we got to have smarter politicians and recognize science and climate change and all that. So that's what was talked about. Wasn't anything too groundbreaking.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun.
Mandelia, your mic is muted if you're talking.
Hi. This is the first. Was this the first one you ever went to, or you've been to other ones?
Well, the science march.
Yeah.
We've never had to. There have never been any other science marches, as far as I'm aware of. At least none with a similar message, because politicians up until this point haven't really been proposing large budget cuts or have put gag orders on the EPA or have done anything remotely detrimental to science. I think Bush has been better than Trump. So yeah, I mean, there has been no reason for it. So no, I don't think. Maybe there's been marches in the past, but I'm unaware of them. I'm just recently been old enough to really start getting into all this. But I think you also want me to also talk about the Web of Science.
Oh yeah.
No, well, yeah, like I was saying yesterday, it's essentially a tool that gives you the ability to have access to all of the up and coming literature, all the research that's been published by academia, and typical people don't have access to that. Even if you were to try to pay for it, only scholars, only the scholarly have access to it. Like if you're an undergrad student, or if you're a teacher, or if you're a researcher, or if you're in a career that gives you where your company gives you access, only certain IPs from certain locations are given the access to actually register for the program. So
I think that sucks because I tried to look up some peer-reviewed papers a year or two ago to see what they're talking about. But sorry, you have to pay for it. You have no access to this information.
Yeah. They're usually most of them you don't really see. They're not even available to the public, and the ones that are, they're behind a paywall. So you have to actually pay for them. But there is software you can download. One of them is called the Sci-Hub. If you go on Google and you just search Sci-Hub, SCI Hub. There's a Chrome extension you can download. It's a project where it bypasses all of the paywalls. So what people have done is majority have been academics, and what they've done is they illegally come about these papers and they'll upload them to like a cloud. And then when you click on a specific paper, it'll either use a password that they have previously stored on the project or to access the paper, or they'll find the paper that you're looking at on their cloud and then you can view it. So it's a really, really handy tool. It gives you pretty much any access to peer-reviewed articles that you come across. I have not come across any where it hasn't worked. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I recommend it. But just know that it's illegal. So
so why is it restricted? Why can't the public know the peer reviewed the greatest breakthroughs, newest breakthroughs of peer reviewed people?
I don't know personally. Probably because there's a lot of money to be made when restricting the information to the public. I'm not entirely sure why they have a lot of information behind paywalls. That would be my guess.
Yeah. I mean, I doubt it would help the far left or right wing people don't like science anyways. You know, even if they did have access to it, they probably wouldn't believe it. But
well, yeah, it doesn't really come down to politics when it comes to like the published stuff. I mean, if you go to like a renowned journal like Nature.com Nature, and you access their information, you can trust the information that's being published there, whether you're right or you're left. So anybody who rejects certain journals because of their politics or their any other religious motivations or whatever, they're just being ridiculous. But
because I mean, the right wouldn't believe the stuff about evolution or anything, anyways. But you know, the middle people that just want to learn things, you know, they like it's like.
I think I understand what you're saying. Like if you had research on climate change and you tried to give it to somebody that was against climate change, they wouldn't accept it.
Yeah, but this sucks. Hopefully, because the problem is by the time it gets out of the domain, the public domain is probably outdated. These might be outdated. Like,
what do you mean? By the time they release the papers,
like this has been
a lot of times they don't. They don't give it public access behind a paywall. Is usually what happens. I mean, some papers might be published in a way where it can be read for free, but usually the people who publish it have to put up a large sum of money into that. So
yeah, I know that. I mean, like I was saying, but if it ever was, it probably this has been disproved 3 times already. You'll be like, we're finally releasing Newton's theory of gravity statement.
All stuff like that. I mean, it's not necessarily the same thing as the stuff today. I mean, but I understand what you're saying. If it's older research, are you saying that? Wait, what? So are you? What are you trying to say? Are you trying to say like?
Yeah, I heard one time that somebody said science can never be proven; it can only be disproven.
What's that? Oh yeah. Science. You can't ever prove anything in science. It's always disproven. Things like gravity, things like evolution. They're just the models that have the most supporting evidence and are the most robust and most widely accepted. So, you know.
So what do you two think about paying for information?
Paying for information?
Yeah,
What do you mean? Like the articles and stuff?
yeah. I can asking the guest. What do you guys think? What do you guys think, Mario?
I think it should be free.
Yeah, I mean, it probably should be. I don't know what the information will be about, though.
There's no reason to put stuff behind paywalls. I mean, you're essentially restricting information to the public. You see it with journalists too, like journalists that work for news organizations. That's why they usually get a lot of the information incorrect, because they don't really have a lot of resources to have access to that kind of
Even the news can access it.
Essentially, yes.
Wow.
What do you think? What do you think, Shnick?
What do I think? Well, I did that YouTube video I had to make for a class. And, well, the overall message of that should be my thought, because as people seek to get money more and more, and everything gets more and more corporate, despite what may have been free in the past, people will just look at that and say, we've got to have money.
So you think the access should be free too? Then
Yeah, because why should you have to pay to simply look up history? Huh?
yeah,
It's not necessarily history. It's more of just scientific research. You're not allowed to have access to unless it's. The later stuff is usually out and it's behind paywalls, but the more recent up and coming research isn't available.
yeah.
Which it's debated whether or not it should be. Most people are on the side of letting it be free, because there's no reason to put it behind a paywall.
But you have access to your Web of Science at the Navy. You have access now.
There's several search engines and resources similar to the Web of Science. Google Scholar is another one, but once again, typically the ones that you don't have to subscribe to are, and by that I mean paying money into it. Even if they give you access, I've never seen it. Yeah, they're usually behind paywalls. So Web of Science is unique in that if you can get like if you work at an institution that gives you access, like for me, I guess the Navy, the government computers have access to it. So what you do is you log into it, and then you register an account, and then it gives you roaming access. Whereas if you were to try to register right now on your private computer, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. You'd have to already have an account set up, and you just won't have access to it, which kind of sucks. But I mean, I tried that. I mean, there are ways you could possibly get around it. It looked like someone figured out a way a long time ago, but they've started cracking down hard on that kind of stuff. So yeah, you're gonna have to either be a student, or I guess another example would be military in a certain base where they give access. I guess we have access because military needs it. I guess they have scientists or doctors or whatever that need to have access to it. So I just happen to have access as well, which is kind of cool.
Maybe you can share it with us.
Possibly. I'm still new to it to myself.
If let's you get court-martialed for it, then.
But Vandalia, don't you know they're always watching? I don't know.
Oh shoot! You talked to Gabe recently?
No, I haven't. Like,
I saw the series you had in the past where Gabe was talking to like a creationist or whatever.
oh yeah,
Did
the
you
interview.
you interviewed him?
Yeah, we did.
What was that all about? Was he actually talking to like a past creationist, or was he was he still heavy into his creationism?
he was a former. He had argued with Gabe in the past in the comment section, but then he like dropped his views. Like that was like almost 2 years ago at this point. After that, my channel went down for a copyright strike, so I was limited what I could do for like
What?
6 months.
Why'd they copyright you?
Oh, I had did a top 10 Fraggle Rock video, and apparently using Jim Henson videos was illegal or something.
Oh, that's kind of annoying.
Isn't that part of the reason why the KH1 recordings were delayed?
No, that was just me being lazy or not getting my computer. That had nothing to do with me sending you the files because that was already been recorded.
Yeah, well, part of the reason I wasn't uploading frequently is because my old computer was basically dying at that point. But then when my dad found out that I could get a YouTube partnership, he thought it was a get-rich-quick scheme, so he immediately bought me a new computer on the spot.
Interesting.
But yeah, he still thoroughly believes I'll make a lot of money doing it. But I'm not even in it for the money. I'm in it for just doing the videos and sharing my experiences playing shitty games like Shrek on Xbox.
Here comes the money.
Oh, Shnick, where are you going to school at? Just curious. You don't for any reasons.
I go to a state university in my state.
Is it expensive? As everybody else says it is?
State universities are significantly cheaper because they're partially financed by the government, state government. I mean, there's been a lot of controversy of that recently because a lot of state governments have been cutting the budgets of a lot of these schools, so they've been like raising the prices, not by much, but still like a little bit.
Yeah, that's typically how it's been. I think in the past, government, or at least the states, used to finance their schools like 75% of it, so it was really cheap.
Like, see, that's exactly the point. That's what? Go on.
I was saying, so they slowly shifted the burden on the students, and that's essentially what you have today, is that the state doesn't pay as much as it used to. So.
Yeah, well, so yeah, but still, state universities are much cheaper than like private universities, and the thing is, a lot of people stereotype that you absolutely must go to a private university because they're much more prestigious. You have a lot more honors there. But in reality, unless you're going to a top school like Harvard, Yale, MIT, or something like that, it's really not worth it to go to a private university because their tuition is
like Cambridge, Oxford, England. Yeah. In fact, me and Mario last night, were talking about this same subject, weren't we?
Oh yeah.
Talking about different community colleges, state colleges, universities. We're talking about what degrees and SATs and that we need to get in there to get into them. Then the money.
And we also found out that apparently you can take an SAT outside of high school online. So there's that.
Yeah,
I don't know about ACT.
Yeah, Mario teacher said you can't take the SAT. You can't take the ACT. Sorry, you can't register for it because you don't take this class. And I tell them, yes, you can. Right there, send them the website. There you go. Sign up for it.
Yeah, because see, about a couple months ago, my school was like, "Hey, ACT time." So they were making us fill all this what college you want to attend bullshit, and after that, they gave us like this ACT study guide that everyone got to keep. And I still have mine. And apparently, according to my assistant principal, me and a few other students in the school are unable to take the ACT because, well, I don't know about the other people, but for me at least, I couldn't take it because I wasn't taking an algebra class. And that's funny that they say that because in my previous high school, before I moved from Colorado to Phoenix, I was actually taking and completed an algebra class before. So there's that. Even if I was able to take the ACT, though, I still probably wouldn't remember most of the stuff. All I remember off the top of my head from algebra was like the order of operations, and that's about it.
Yeah, I did no prep for my ACT course, and I took it 4 years after I graduated just to take it. I got a 22 on it average. So, what about you, Brett? Do you take the ACT or SAT or anything like that?
I think as far as I'm aware, I took which is the one that's graded on the 36-point scale?
ACT.
It's the ACT. I took the ACT once in high school, and then I took the ACT recently again. And but I haven't been to school in a while. I got like a 25 or 26, something like that.
Oh, Jared and I did.
But I'm gonna be retaking it again since I've been going to school for a while. So.
Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention my high school made the ACT free. Apparently.
Wow.
Yeah, they let us take it for free, or at least the ones that were qualified to take it.
That sucks. You have to be qualified to take it.
What, really?
Well,
everybody in my school took it. It's weird.
Well, the way that I basically took it from the assistant principal, basically, the way I understood it, she basically was saying that I can't take it because some questions would require me to know algebra, and since I wasn't in an algebra class in the school year this year, I was unable to take it. And the funny thing too was that at the very beginning of hold on. It was funny because at the very beginning of this year, actually, I was in an algebra class, but the reason why I'm not taking it anymore is because it was way too hard for me. Like, how they would do it is they would give me like a huge fucking like thing of notes, plus problems are also included in there, and then we had to take notes, and the teacher was going, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, by the way, he was going so fast that you had no time to process what the information was. You only had time to copy it down onto the paper. That's how fast it was. And also the fact that I'm on an IEP helped me switch to a more easier class, I guess you could say. So, I mean, I think I'm capable of doing algebra. It was just the teacher going way too fucking fast for me to even understand what the information is. So that's why I am not in it. So, and even if I was eligible for the ACT, I don't think I would have really cared either way because I don't think I need to go to college for what I want to do, which is just video stuff. So, I mean, hell, if someone in high school can get a wedding job for like film stuff and not only film the wedding but also edit it, and that's in high school, then I think I'll be fine.
I mean, I went to school for video stuff, and honestly, the thing about going to school is that you still get like an education that can put you on the right path, establish some connections that would help you. And that gets me back to my previous point. So like I was saying before, if you want to go to a private school just because it's a private school, that's kind of the wrong way of thinking, because like I said, aside from like the top schools like Harvard, Yale, MIT, Oxford, and all that, it's really not worth it to go to a private school just for the sake of it being a private school. Because here's an example. I go to a state school. My sister goes to a private school. Basically, not counting the fact that she does actually have scholarships because she plays sports, her tuition for a single year is worth more than my entire bachelor's degree.
Oh,
What schools to get into?
Huh?
She get into Yale?
No, she just went to a private school that's up north. And
yeah, I think that
and that's the scary part, that the private universities that schools like Yale can be much more expensive than that. But
yeah, I think that like people, the only reason people go to the private universities really is for connections and stuff for upper people. I'm thinking.
Well, there's another thing. You should pick your school based on how you think they're going to help you. And that's why my sister picked the school she went to, because she thought their sports team was really good. And she believed that because I think she wants to do accounting, and she thought their department there was really good, and she loved the campus, so that's why she went. And on a side note, my school is actually very close to Yale. Because
I actually found online on YouTube speaking of Yale, I actually found on YouTube a biology class somebody recorded and put on YouTube of their biology class on YouTube.
Wow.
I mean, well, sometimes they'll have classes that are done via video conference, because I also work at my campus. I handle the language department's computer labs. Because my school has a language requirement where you gotta take like a year of a certain language, like Spanish, Latin, Chinese, Japanese, French, Italian, and Arabic. Either one of those. And most people take Spanish. I took Spanish. And there is no Arabic professor there. So they, quote-unquote, borrow an Arabic professor that's at another university that's like an hour away from the campus.
Oh, my God.
And that's like a task, one of my various tasks there. She basically Skype calls us from a classroom, and I have to make sure the call doesn't get disconnected.
Oh, God, Skype, that's even worse. We all know how Skype is. Freaking, if one person is louder than everyone else, then audio is prioritized.
I mean, the setup they have is pretty good. I mean, it's not exactly Skype, but that's basically what it is.
Yeah, like you had to kick Brandon off the last call because of that.
Well, I mean, Shnick, I'm just saying, like, if one person is louder than every other person on the call, then the loudest person will be prioritized and everyone else's audio will be cut out. That's the problem with Skype.
Just like in real life.
I mean, well, I haven't had problems in there. Like, I think once the call got disconnected due to an internet outage, but that's it.
So, Brett, before we have to go, do you guys visit the Smithsonian museums while you're there?
No, we didn't. We didn't have enough time. Gabe got in too late on the day that we were supposed to do the march because his train was delayed, and then he left early in the morning the next day. We got up at like 4 in the morning and left.
Yeah. So. We visited there in 8th grade. We went to the Air and Space, Natural History, and American History museums. Only those 3 for the tour guide in the 8th grade, back 93. I know probably like a lot more museums we never got to get to see.
Did you enjoy it? I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed it at the time. Might like to go back someday to see what's been updated in 20 years.
Yeah, Gabe and I passed by a few Smithsonian museums, and I wanted to go see them, but we didn't have enough time. I'll probably make time in the future when I get out of the military.
Cool. You can drive over. You can come pick us all up. We all have a big tour.
Sounds like a plan.
You two want to go to the museum?
Maybe, I don't know.
Like field trip.
But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna probably go now just because of hitting on the 40. I think almost on the 40-minute mark. We started at 5. Well,
good luck for your medical degree. Hopefully, you can join us again sometime in the future after you get done with that.
Yeah, no problem. I'll update you on how stuff's going. So
hopefully, you figure out how to turn off your XSplit broadcaster.
I think it'll be gone by then. Anything you need me to say before I leave, or
just you have any future YouTube videos coming up? Or are you done with YouTube for now?
No, I made a video recently. Yeah.
Cool.
It's titled "A Quick Update." If you haven't seen it, so
check out his channel.
no, it's all good though. You know, I'm not that big of a YouTuber. You know, I've got 150 subs. But it's not a big deal. It's not.
Yeah. Still, my favorite one is your duck video.
Oh, the Clarence song. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, and you never made that part 2 of your flatter video either.
No, I've King James was the next one I'm working on right now. I had to go on my laptop to pull it out, but
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
King James. I think he was a guest on one of the podcasts in season 3.
yeah, but he disappeared. That kid vanished into thin air. I haven't seen him in a long ass time. It's almost been a year now. Changed his name to Mitchell Wright or to President Wright, and then deleted his YouTube channel because of I guess that the videos that he made. So I will say before I leave, it's kind of funny. So after I started making those videos on him, turns out he was not too much younger than I was. I think he was in high school. I was like a junior back when I had just started, like when I was 19 or 20, something like that. He was a junior in high school, and I guess his channel, he started, I guess you could say, blowing up. It got like several thousand views when that whole Kim Davis thing happened. His entire school saw it, and so he essentially got in trouble by his parents because, after all, he's a young Earth creationist, and his parents are young Earth creationists, and his channel had like a bunch of videos on like abortion and like why atheists didn't exist or whatever. Yeah, he had to remove all his videos because he got punished, and then I submitted a video to Undoomed. That video he made about Kim Davis, you can still watch it if you look up Christian Kid and then Undoomed. Undoomed's got like what 300,000 subs now, but back when he was he only had like 100,000 or less than that. I was on his Twitter, and I sent him the video, and he made one on King James, so that was pretty funny. But yeah, I've still got one of his videos that he made. He removed all of his videos and removed his channel, but I've still got one video, and I was gonna finish that, or maybe even start over because I don't really like the video I made a while ago. But
So can't wait to see it when you do. So how do you spell your channel name now?
Paradigm Shift. PARADIGMSHIFT. So yeah.
Well, everybody check that channel out. We'll see. See you, Brett.
Yeah. See you guys later. Thanks for having me. You guys have a good day.
Well,
Sure, yeah.
all right. So Shnick, your
Sick?
turn.
Did you just call him sick?
Maybe.
God damn it.
All right. So, Mario, I was talking to you about source codes yesterday, right?
I believe you mentioned it for.
Yeah, I want to know your opinions on this. So, I'm going to go into full detail this time.
Okay.
So, there's this YouTube channel by the name of Pretty Good Gaming, and they made a video talking about how you can spot a cash grab remaster from an actual remaster.
What?
Basically, there's when it comes, HD remasters, right? How games from like older systems are like modernized and re-released on today's systems.
Yeah.
So an example of an actual remaster would probably be like the KH 1.5, 2.5 collection, as well as the 2.8 collection on PS4, because they completely clean up the graphics. All the games move at 60 frames per second, and the load times are heavily improved. So that's like what a real remaster would be.
Yeah.
But then you get games like the Prototype HD collection, which aren't really remasters. They're just like simple ports, because aside from like maybe including all the DLC, there's like no difference in performance between the original and the re-release.
Wow.
So I wanted to bring up one point they had. When describing cash grab remasters, they brought up Konami. Because, you know, it's cool to hate on Konami now. And while they admitted the MGS HD collection was really good, they briefly described how the Zone of the Enders HD collection had some problems. And they go into full detail talking about how the Silent Hill HD collection apparently they had to rebuild the game from a beta version of the game because apparently the source code to the completed versions of the games was lost.
Okay.
And then they said and then the two quirky commentators had to make a comment that just made me cringe.
Oh boy. What's this
I might
comment?
This is probably not a direct quote, but here's what they said. Really, Konami? Why couldn't you have the original discs? Why not just use that? I'm pretty sure they only made that comment just to take another jab at Konami because that's what's cool. But in reality, that comment was completely idiotic. And I don't know if it was meant to be a joke. But here's the thing. When you're porting a game to a new system or trying to upscale it and like make it look better to take advantage of the better graphical hardware, or even just to do a simple port, it's not that simple.
I know.
I already brought this up to Raximus about the KH1 being remastered on the PS3. But when porting a game to a new system, you need the original source code in order to be able to properly optimize it for like the platform. Without the source code, you're probably just going to get a jumbled mess that's buggy, glitchy, probably beyond repair.
I know that it sucks that back to the money issue. It sucks that you have to buy multiple copies of a game to like for the Switch, for example. If you buy a million Wii games or 1,000 Wii U games, I don't think Wii U made that many games, but like, oh, you have to like either buy them all, unless you can copy your downloads over there. You have to like, oh, gotta buy them all over again.
Well, that's Nintendo for you. Like, until recently, they made it to where your purchases were tied to a system. So if the system dies, there goes your games. But now I think they actually incorporated a unified account system that keeps track of everything.
Yeah, I remember there was this. I saw this video where we could get SD card to transfer your Wii games over to your Wii U games.
Yeah, I had to do that with my Wii U.
And then here's me, like, I still have both systems, so no transfer required.
I only did it so that I could get the discounts on the VC games on the Wii U.
Discounts?
You know? Because if you do the transfer, the Wii U eShop will recognize what VC games you bought on the Wii Shop channel. And when you do that, they give you a discount if you want to upgrade to the Wii U version. And we're not talking like a piddly 33%. Like, say, for instance, you have Mario 64. Normally it costs $10. But if the Wii U eShop sees that you own the Wii Shop channel version, they'll give it to you for only $2.
Mario's not 64. He's only 17.
Wow. Oh my god.
But getting back to the whole source code issue, yeah, without the original source code, you're not going to be able to rebuild the game properly. So, in fact, that's why a lot of playing ROMs of a game on an emulator isn't perfect. And then we have numerous instances of a game losing its original source code that led to it either having to be rebuilt or just not being released entirely. There was Panzer Dragoon Saga a game on the Saturn, which is hailed as probably the best game for the system, it got a limited print run in the US, and American copies of the game are extremely hard to find. We're talking $600 for a complete in-box copy.
Real fast, you guys talking about yourself. I gotta go shave for work real fast, so I'll mute my mic. You two just go talking again.
Well, then, but I do want to get your opinion on this after. But
okay.
All right, so I'll keep going with him for now. So yeah, then we had Panzer Dragoon Saga. It's considered the best Saturn game. It's also probably the most expensive.
Yeah.
People clamored Sega to re-release it, and they can't. Source code's gone. And to rebuild it would cost too much money, you know?
Well, how
There's
do they
only this
lose the source code though? I don't understand. Like, how do they lose
because
it?
they when a game gets released, typically they don't have to hold on to the files anymore, so they can either get lost like among a bunch of other files, or maybe they have to move like studio buildings, and then they're abandoned in the buildings that are lost, you know? Because don't forget, not all games are held in high regard, and once a game is actually released, there's no reason for them to hold on to the code. So they may or may not hold on to it for future reference if they want to build onto it, but yeah, that's basically it. So Sega can't re-release the game, simply port the game because they don't have the source code, and to rebuild the source code, it's simply too much money for only a handful of people in the whole situation of things. There's not many people actually clamoring for it, and it's not worth the money to just rebuild it for what's ultimately going to amount to not many people that would actually buy it, you know?
Yeah.
In fact, it's the same reason why I recently found out there's a Blade Runner game on the PC, which it's based on like the famous 1980s movie. And it's a point-and-click adventure game that was actually held in pretty high regard. Like, it had nice production values. They even got some of the actors in the movie to do the voices.
Yeah.
So people wanted a modern re-release. There's no Now, unlike a game called No One Lives Forever, which is basically this James Bond-style game starring a woman, that game can't get re-released due to basically a legal rights issue problem.
Really?
Yeah. The game's developer, Monolith Soft, is now owned by Warner Brothers. But at the time, the game was published by Sierra. Its remnants now owned by Activision. And at the same time, 20th Century was also publishing the game.
Oh my fucking god.
So, 20th Century, Warner Brothers, and Activision literally do not know who holds the rights, and I don't think they want to spend the time and money to figure it out.
Wow.
So, as a result, 2 widely acclaimed PC first-person shooters remain unreleased. Remain without a re-release to this day. And now, getting back to Blade Runner, there is no problem with the rights, because it's simple. EA has the rights. And they would love to, and it's been said that the Blade Runner company or whoever licensed it out, they said they'd love to re-release it, but there's a problem. No source code.
Wow.
And they literally stated it would take over $10 million to try and rebuild it.
Seriously? 10 million?
Yeah, because the game had cost a lot of money to make back then. So to completely rebuild it in that old style would cost the studio a lot of money, and for only a handful of people that want it, it's not going to be worth. Not going to be worth it. Keep stuttering. So, but there are cases where the loss of the original source code does still lead to a re-release, like with KH1. They wanted to release the final mix version for the PS3 HD collection, but they lost the source code.
Yeah.
So rather than just say, oops, sorry, no source code, no re-release, they actually went through the painstaking process of rebuilding the game from the ground up. But ultimately, it paid off in the end because it allowed them to update the game to have a more modernized look, feel, controls, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And meanwhile, I think there was one other infamous source code loss that happened, which was with the original StarCraft, which is this real-time strategy game. I don't know what StarCraft game it was. I guess there was this really popular game where its master source code was basically lost. But then recently, a miracle happened.
They found it.
Yeah, a guy who bought a whole box of random junk that Blizzard was auctioning off from an old office of theirs happened to dig through it, and he found this golden disc that was literally labeled StarCraft Gold Master Source Code or something like that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he gave it back to Blizzard, and Blizzard rewarded him handsomely by inviting him to BlizzCon for free, and they gave him all this free merchandise.
Wow.
So
what would have happened if they kept it?
then that source code probably would have remained lost, and he would be labeled a dick. So, yeah, people would have hated his guts. Just like that one guy who apparently found a prototype for A Legend of Zelda 3 on the NES. I think it ended up being a hoax, but the thing is, he came forward claiming he found a prototype for a game called Zelda 3 on the NES. And then people were wondering, oh, wow, what's it look like? Can you leak it? And he responds with, I'm too busy. I don't know if I have time to do it. And then finally, after enough pressure, he uploads a blurry screenshot of the title screen, and that's all he ever ended up doing.
Wow.
So yeah, sometimes you just gotta hope that lost media ends up in the right hands.
Oh, yeah.
Because if it ends up in the wrong hands, people will play with you, taunting you, saying, oh, I have it, and you can't have it.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, yeah, we're going a bit away from source codes at this point, but I told you about those Ronald McDonald cartoons, right?
That
the Rugrats creator made, and they were distributed at McDonald's.
Maybe. I don't remember.
Well, here's the thing. They made 6 tapes, I believe, for that. I think it's 6. Maybe it's 5. No, I think it's 6. All right?
Mm-hmm.
The first 5 were obscure. The first 5 tapes were obscure but possible to find. And they were all widely available on YouTube. The 6th one remained lost for quite a while until it was finally found about a year ago, and now it's uploading compilations of the other 5 specials, so now it's not going away anytime soon.
Huh.
But here's the thing. Before it was actually found, a couple of people claimed to be in possession of the tape, but they kept refusing to release it. One, I think, literally said he wasn't releasing it for the lulz. Another guy offered to, another guy said he would release it if he was paid over $1,000, and I don't think that anyone came forward to pay that. And eventually one guy agreed to upload screenshots of it, and that, for a while that was the only evidence of its existence, aside from like a promo that appeared at the end of the 5th tape. And eventually, one guy who happened to be in possession of the tape decided, hey, I'll just upload it. And then he uploaded it. It was quickly taken down, but it was too late. People started downloading it and uploading it on their own channels. So, but I tell you, another example of someone potentially having lost media and basically being a douche is, so you know Superman 64, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was meant to be a PS1 version that improved on the N64 version. Like, they completely redid the game. And it got as far as getting a product code from Sony and being approved for release. And it even got to the point where pre-orders were able to be placed. But then the developer, the publisher, lost the rights to use the DC Comics brand, and Warner Brothers wouldn't give them another license, so they had to cancel the game because it would have been illegal to sell it.
Seriously?
Yeah. So we're stuck with the crappy N64 game, but PlayStation Museum managed to get a hold of a prototype copy of the game, and they actually said it was pretty good.
Oh.
But unfortunately, the prototype is not circulating on the internet. No less than 2 discs are confirmed to exist of the prototype, except one guy claimed he had it but wasn't going to leak it. And eventually he got all these people trying to convince him otherwise, and apparently he snapped the disc in frustration.
Oh my god.
So he just destroyed something that's really rare just because, I don't want to be bugged by internet people.
That's fucking bullshit.
But hopefully another disc of the prototype exists out there and it gets leaked. After all, the Dreamcast version of Half-Life got leaked eventually. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I was listening to it on my phone while you're talking about. Yeah, I think like for kids and other things, I guess some source code they could probably have the money to find it and rebuild it. Like Kingdom Hearts, they probably had the funding to do it. Other games probably don't have the funding to do all that work for it.
Well, yeah. The thing with KH is that it's a big franchise, and therefore, it was worth it in the long run to just rebuild it. In fact, Cage 3D wasn't just directly ported from the 3DS version. They had to rebuild that one, too, to accommodate the fact that the PS4 only has one screen, whereas the 3DS has 2 screens.
Which is why I still don't know why they can't rebuild the 2DS games. Probably easier than rebuilding the 3D games.
Well, it's probably because they would have to probably because they still... Rebuilding Cage 3D was probably real easy because they just had to update the interface, but they still had like all the graphics, models, and assets they were just able to simply reuse.
Well, the thing
with the DS games, they would have to rebuild the graphics and everything.
Well, okay, for the 3DS, for Dream Drop Distance, it wasn't exactly as easy as that because they had to basically remake the mechanics since most of the stuff was used by the touchscreen on the original game. So they had to probably fix it up for the PS4 version. As for the DS games, I don't really see a reason why they couldn't have rebuilt it because, I mean, I wouldn't imagine.
The thing is, they could have, but
reasons I found it from people saying on the internet and comment sections was because it would have delayed the release of Cage 3 more.
And that's basically why they did it. That's basically why they did it. They figured the DS games weren't that deep in gameplay, so they figured all you really needed to know was the stories.
Was it easy or hard to do from the PSP Birth by Sleep to the PS3?
Well, with the PSP, with Birth by Sleep, all they had to do was just port a PSP game, which was just a single screen, to a PS4, and that was it. And then but yeah, like for Cage 2, I think Birth by Sleep and Recon, I think they had the original source files and they just simply brought them over.
Recon? No, not Recon. They had to rebuild that game entirely.
No, Recon. No, only KH1 they had to rebuild.
Oh.
Recon is probably the only game in the collection that wasn't even an updated version. It was just a simple port.
From the Game Boy Advance to the PS2.
No, none. Well, we're talking years
Oh.
ago when Recon was originally made as a remake of the Game Boy Advance game.
Yeah, at that point they had to remake the game. If you're talking about the PS3 version, then yeah, it was just
from PS2 to PS3, there was no port. There was no complicated stuff involved.
But from a Game Boy Advance to PS2, there probably was.
No, not probably, definitely. What are you eating? I see
chicken
food.
sausage.
I'm hungry now.
I've been
Chicken sausage.
I haven't ate at all today. I'm about to go to work in about 45 minutes.
Yeah, you'll eat at McDonald's. It's fine. It's just...
Really fast. Before, talk for a second. Another topic, real fast. A few months ago, Mario's mom was talking about you should go to prom. You should go to prom. You should go to prom. And Mario's like, no, I'm not going to prom.
Oh, God.
It was last week was prom in my town, and it was weird because everyone was taking their dates to McDonald's. I'm like, really?
What?
like we went to my prom date is a little bit more expensive. We went to a fancy restaurant. I'm like, when people going to McDonald's for prom? I thought you went to like a big dinner or something for prom, not like fast food. Let's go.
You know what's funny?
I thought they would at least be a little bit more classier, like fucking Dairy Queen, dude. Like you couldn't be Dairy Queen.
You know what's funny? So one time I went for a hibachi dinner for my birthday years ago. There's this whole table of boys and girls in suits and dresses, like high school age. It looks like they were all there for their prom dinner. And here's something notable. They did not utter a word for the whole night. They were on their phones texting.
Oh my! Wow, are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not.
What the fuck? That's bullshit.
And on the topic of prom, Vandalia, did you ever go?
Yeah, I went stag to my senior prom only because it was free tickets. I'm like, why not? It's free. Might as well go.
You went on your own to senior prom?
Yeah.
Oh.
My date was from another school. I asked, but she dropped out. So couldn't go. I did dance with this girl I had a crush on for 4 years. So it was all good. We got pictures taken. Wow. And I didn't go to my junior prom because my friend asked this girl I was going to ask before I could ask her out. So, but I went to the after proms. I think I had more fun the after prom than I had the actual prom. They had this little big gambling thing, a casino thing set up for it. You could do fake gambling, roll that wheels and stuff. So it's pretty fun. We won fake money and we bid on the stuff at the end of it.
Shnick, initially I thought you were gonna be like, oh.
Well, the thing is,
yeah, every year they give out a brand new car for prom.
Are you kidding me?
You can auction it off. They auction it off with the fake money.
What the fuck? Do people actually get the car, or?
Yeah, they won the auction. The fake money.
What the fuck?
Some car company donates it every year.
Oh my god.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I don't know. Can you?
So Mario, you're not going to your junior prom. Looks like. Here's the thing. I never went to a prom. Period.
Junior prom already happened, by the way.
Yeah, so you didn't go. I never went to any prom. Mm-hmm. Junior prom I skipped over because junior prom's not that important. It's senior prom that's like stressed as very important. And I can go. It's actually a whole story why I didn't go.
Yeah, I only went to my senior prom, like I said, because it was a free ticket. Seniors have free tickets.
I mean, well, if I went, I would have had to pay.
Well, that sucks. We had free tickets, so it's like, sure, why not? It's free. Let's go.
And here's the thing. My mom would not let me go by myself. I had to have a date. And then here we go. Here goes the story.
Oh no!
My sister had set me up with one of her friends. I was going to go with her to prom. I got to know her a little bit. I was introduced during a fire drill.
Wow!
And then a month before the prom was actually going to occur, or maybe even just 2 weeks, I asked, "Oh, hey, am I still going with that girl?" And my sister responded by saying, "No, she can't go now." And you want to know the reason why she couldn't go?
What was the reason?
This is how my sister described it. There was this transgender person that started stalking her friend to the point where she filed a restraining order against him/her. I think it was a her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know why my sister focused in on the transgender part, but yeah. So the person that had the fun, so her friend could not go to the prom because this transgender person, who was a junior, by the way, was taking, I think, her date to who was also a junior, to senior prom.
Yeah, I know you. At my school, our senior prom was the same prom. One big prom. We didn't have two separate proms
Well,
for juniors and seniors.
I think with my school, the junior and senior prom were separate.
About you, Mario? Do you have separate proms or the same?
I have no idea.
I don't think you care.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care though, honestly.
I don't blame you.
I don't see the point in prom period because it's like they don't really do anything special unless you're Vandalia, where they do something special there. It's just a fucking car auction, apparently. Were they at least good cars? Like were they shit or like what?
They were new at the time.
Oh, so they were good.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
Good for 97, 98.
Wow. Can I finish my story though?
Sure.
So yeah, because of that whole fiasco of the restraining order and everything, my sister's friend could no longer go with me to prom, so I was without a date. And I found out my history teacher at the time, who liked me a lot to the point where she got me a birthday present in the form of a Notre Dame shirt. Like Notre Dame, the university.
Yeah.
So she believed I absolutely had to go to prom. So she randomly approached this one girl that sat in the back of the class saying, "Oh, you like Nikolai? Please take him to the prom. Take him to the prom." And she's like, "Okay, I'll go."
And then she doesn't, right?
No, it gets better. I ended up telling her it's okay. You don't have to take me, and there's a specific reason for it. Right after the class ended, she was telling me, "All right, let me know what your plans are for the day of prom, so that way I can be ready, okay?" And I was like, okay. Then she walks up. She walks out of the class right in front of me. She walks up to this one guy who's standing out in the hallway. She walks up to him, starts seductively touching him like this, walking her hand up like this. She's like, "Hey, boo, what's happening?" Right in front of me. Right in front of me. And then I ended up telling my mom about that. She's like, "Yeah, don't go." And yeah, I politely declined her request. And on the day of prom, I instead took my sister to our favorite childhood restaurant, and good thing we did because it closed a couple of months later.
Oh, well.
So, yeah.
Oh, we have a guest now, and you guessed real fast. From season 1, looking back Glenn.
You also call me the devil.
Whatever his YouTube name is now.
Everybody, all the old guest stars are coming back.
Oh yeah.
I just go by Dr. McMahon.
So yeah. So far we talked about the March for Science last month. I don't know what's happened there.
And March for Science was a big. Let's just say I wouldn't even support it.
Yeah, I heard it got all political and stuff.
Yeah, they're all doing this whole gender as a spectrum thing. There's more than just penises and vaginas somehow. We haven't figured out what they are yet. But basically, a bunch of people that either say they support science or a bunch of scientists wanting to kill their reputation, going up and basically doing a whole science denial in the name of intersectional feminism. And basically saying there's more than two genders and it's a spectrum and all this other crap. And then they just go on a whole anti-Donald Trump tirade. Like, whatever.
Yeah. And then we also talked about how peer-reviewed papers and stuff is you have to pay to even see them or sign up. Only some people have access to them.
I can bypass the paywall easy, but I have the credentials.
Nice. Yeah, I tried to do some research, for a video. I'm like, oh, sorry, you don't have access to this unless you pay $1,000, something like that. I'm probably not almost that much, but still.
And it's usually like $50 to $100.
Yeah, then we talked about source codes in games, how to rebuild them and stuff.
And if you're not used to programming, you don't have much skill, you can also use just plain old stencil. Really good system.
Shnick, you ever heard of stencil? Shnick? He's gone.
Apparently he's gone, and this is awkward because I'm blowing my nose. So I'm going to mute my mic again.
And then finally, we're talking about dances and proms, and back then, and you go to your prom or not?
I didn't have a prom.
Apparently, when I was in prom, we took our dates to some restaurant, and all of a sudden, the prom was apparently a lot of kids took their prom to McDonald's for their prom dinner.
That's fine. Yeah, I didn't have a prom. I didn't even go to high school. I just completely tested out of it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Made a video about my path to getting my doctorate, and it's on my VidMe channel.
All right, I'm good.
So, Doctor, you have a topic you want to talk about?
Not in particular, no.
What about you, Mario? You have any topics you want to talk about?
Well, similar to gaming, I've always wanted to see how certain games were made specifically, and also wondered why publishers or the developers don't release the prototypes and all that to the public, because wouldn't it be interesting to see what things were like before the final product? That's what I think, at least.
Well, I got to get going. So you talk about yourselves. Stick.
Stick's back.
Oh
Yeah.
Hey, I got going. I got to start walking to work. So everybody enjoy the randomness. These three will keep you entertained for a while. Just talk about whatever, and then if Brandon join him up. So
this is like the most guest stars podcast.
See y'all next time.
When you leave, the podcast will go off air.
No. Mario here is. I gave him access to my channel so he could control it for me. He's my technical producer now.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I'm the one who's controlling it now, so.
He has the power.
Bye, Mario. Nice knowing you.
It's like, yeah, Mario, when you publish it, you make sure the description and stuff.
Yep.
See y'all later. Help you three entertain you.
Okay, later, man.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And now it's just us three.
All right.
I just don't have any topics that I particularly want to talk about. I do the whole physics Q&A thing, so people just ask me stuff and I just answer their questions. So that's kind of always how I've done my content.
Yeah.
Well, anyways,
So
yeah.
of course, in regards to what to talk about, I don't know.
We could talk about subtle differences that exist in like different versions of games, because that's like a little experiment I was doing yesterday. Like that's kind of on the topic of like prototypes, like what you and Brandon were doing yesterday.
Yeah.
But like especially in like the old days when like nowadays, like when a game is like ported to like different systems, usually the versions are basically the same, except with maybe a few minor differences in like resolution or maybe like what a texture looks like or something like that. But in the old days, games could look completely different because of the different hardware. And one game I experimented with was Spider-Man on the PS1. That was a game I had as a kid, and I played the PS1 version all the time. Recently, I got a hold of the Dreamcast version that was made. For one thing, the Dreamcast version has heavily improved graphics because the Dreamcast is a lot stronger than the PS1.
Well,
And in addition, randomly throughout the game, you'll find Treyarch's logo in the game, like on billboards or through graffiti, because Treyarch did the publishing for. No, they did the porting for the Dreamcast version, whereas Neversoft was the actual developer.
So will the Neversoft logo appear somewhere in the other version, or?
No, the Neversoft logo appears in like the other versions. In fact, if you turn on What If mode, there's this building near the start of the game that says New York. If you turn on What If mode, it changes New York to Neversoft.
Weird. Wow.
But weird. Yeah. So I also noticed the cutscenes look like they're done a bit more awkwardly in the Dreamcast version because they completely reanimate the cutscenes between the Dreamcast and PS1 versions because to take advantage of the better graphics. But the thing with the Dreamcast version, sometimes you'll get awkward cuts and whatnot. Like at the start of the game when the imposter Spider-Man appears, like in the PS1 version, the crowd that was watching the Science Expo is like shown fleeing the scene, like pretty quick. Like they're all running by pretty fast. For some reason, in the Dreamcast version, they slow down their running to like a very light jogging pace. So then when Peter Parker is like trying to put on his Spider-Man outfit but can't because the crowd's in the way, in the PS1 version, he gets bumped pretty hard by the crowd, but in the Dreamcast version, he only gets like lightly bumped for whatever reason. And then towards the end of the game, when the Carnage symbiote merges with Doc Ock, in the PS1 game, like Ock's mechanical arms go through like the ceiling where Spider-Man is and pull him down. In the PS1 game, you actually see Spider-Man falling down in front of Ock as he approaches. But in the Dreamcast version, he's pulled down, but then you just see Ock walking without Spider-Man's sight, and then just awkwardly cuts to Spider-Man just laying down the ground.
Wow.
Which was weird. And in addition, they didn't bother re-recording the dialogue to account for the system's different buttons, because on the PS1 version, they had Spider-Man audibly say what button did what control. Like, I already said this example numerous times, but you're able to swing by holding L1 and then targeting like a different building or something like that. So at one point, he'll say, "Oh, I should probably swing the next pipes using my L1 targeting mode." In the Dreamcast version, they awkwardly cut out the word L1, so he says, "I should probably swing to the next pipes using my targeting mode." Like it's obvious that there's a cut.
Yeah.
So those were some interesting differences, and because of that, I'm interested in getting the N64 version. So, what do you both have to say about like different, like the subtle differences. Do you think the company should have did a better job with some of them?
Well, for the audio cut for the targeting mode line, unless it was like the two different versions were released at like way different times, then I'd imagine that they should have just easily re-recorded the line to fit the version.
Well, I know that the PS1 version, according to GameFAQs anyway, came out in August 2000, and then the Dreamcast version came out in April 2001. But here's the thing. They were making a sequel to the game where Spider-Man's same voice actor was working on, so why didn't they just get him to re-record the line?
Well, how come the two different versions were being released a year apart? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's how ports would sometimes come out. Like the N64 version came out in November 2000.
I don't really have an opinion.
It's just, it's just like a little interesting study I was looking at.
Yeah.
Because nowadays you wouldn't see something like that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you might see it in remasters, but like not like simple ports between like say PS4 or Xbox One.
Yeah, nowadays if a company is going to release a game, then if they're doing multiple consoles, then it's basically going to be all the consoles on the same day, pretty much. That's how they work now.
Unless you get Microsoft doing exclusivity like what they did with Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, let me think. Mario, you got a topic? Because I'll try to think of another one quick because I want to keep this going for a while.
I don't really think I have anything.
What? Not even this?
I already talked about that earlier when you shut it off.
You shut it off? No, I didn't shut it off.
Showed it off.
I showed it off. Okay. What am I being Prince asshole now?
That's still
Pretty much.
Oh my god.
I got it started.
I'm just agreeing to everything you say. You are indeed Prince Asshole.
I am Prince Asshole. There we go.
Prince Asshole, all fabulous. He such a big douchebag.
No, you should have seen a live stream that Mario did. It was called MarioTube 101's Endurance Test. My audio is barely audible in the background, but I was basically pushing his buttons when he was trying to do a level 1 critical mode run in KH2. And
Key only as well.
yeah, King and Key only, and he kept dying at like the Hades part, and I was like taunting him for it.
Yeah. And then eventually I went to fucking Recom. And then I couldn't figure out how to move around the map.
Wow.
Yeah, well.
Come on, Mario. That one challenge you did's worse than Dark Souls.
So.
What are you saying? What are you saying? If I pick up Dark Souls, then I'll breeze by it or something?
Yeah, sure.
Wow. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Also, what was funny about that stream is at the end point when basically nearly everyone left. I was trying to fight the boss in Wonderland, and for some reason, even though I didn't use that many slights, I lost almost all my cards, and I could not beat him.
What boss were you fighting?
The boss of Wonderland. You know, like the giant thing with the table.
Oh
and all
yeah, if you're fighting Zexion, he steals your cards.
He steals cards?
Yeah, he steals your cards and uses them against you.
Well, then if he steals the cards, then I guess once he steals them, they're fucking gone entirely, permanently, because, like, no matter how many times I would try and reload the cards, it would only give me 3 different cards, and that was it. So I was completely unable to fight the boss at that point. And on top of that, there's no way to reset the fight, so you're pretty much fucking screwed.
Actually, I need to look at the game capture, and I need to see if I had trouble with this Exian fight.
And on top of that, I was actually hard getting myself killed because I would stand next to a...
Yeah,
Oh.
okay. Need me to hold the boy?
Oh no, not baby's kisses again.
Oh, baby's kisses.
You gotta get busy or something or what?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll finish what I was saying. But yeah, it was hard killing myself too because that's the only way I could reset the fight was killing myself, and the freaking boss could not hit me while I was standing in front of a wall. Like it legit could not hit me.
So it's like the Cartoon Network Racing Invisible Wall incident.
No, it's not like that. What are you talking? Oh my god, Shnick. Well, yeah, I need to look at that fight. Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Alright. See ya. Alright, now it's just the two of us, apparently. He's like,
we're the last two survivors.
yeah, he's like, this is... I don't have anything to say. Why am I here?
Yeah, I was trying to keep it going, but whatever. Can't keep... Some people lose interest, but I'm not losing interest because now I get to be... What the...
Whoa, what the hell? Holy shit. Well, while you were gone up until now, there was a the other person came and then he just left and now
He left right before you came back in.
So
yeah.
we have a. We have a somebody besides me chatted in chat.
Oh, what the fuck?
What the frick?
Don't know if he's still there or not, but I saw the chat.
Oh, Crash Bandicoot Forever. Hey, wait a minute. He was in the endurance test stream.
Oh my god, the one where I was pissing you off.
Yes, that one. Wow, I thought nobody was gonna message in chat, but apparently I'm wrong.
Hey, Crash, you're still there.
Yeah.
Share the stream with people.
Huh?
I was telling him to share the link with people.
Well, for however much longer this goes for.
Yeah. So what are you talking about while I was gone?
You only watched the first 20 minutes? Huh. Oh, sorry, I was replying to chat. What we talked about, Shnick, what did we talk about? Shnick. Oh my god, is he gone?
I talked about simple differences between ports of different games. And then I ended up getting Mario to rant about what happened on the stream that he was getting mad at.
Yeah, by the way, Vandalia, does the boss in Wonderland in Recon, the one with the table and all that shit, does he steal your cards?
I don't think he does.
Oh, well, Shnick told me that apparently he steals your cards, and during the fight, even though I didn't use that many slights...
Oh, not
somehow...
that guy, Zexian.
Oh,
in the Riku fight?
No, not the Riku fight. No, okay, I was playing as Sora.
I mean, when you're fighting as Riku, I mean.
What? No, I never play Riku in that game. No.
I was talking to Shnick. That's
what?
Never mind.
My god.
Riku fight, for some reason, you get like very few cards against the Trick Master.
Oh wait, that's probably his name, Trick Master. Fuck. Well, yeah. Does the Trick Master steal your cards in that game? Vandalia?
I don't know. It's been a while since I played that game.
Well, yeah. Even though I didn't use that many slides, somehow lost nearly all my cards. I only had like 3 different cards: a healing card, an attack card, and a Simba card, and that was all I could use. And no matter how many times I reloaded, they would come back up with the same 3 cards. So I was fucked.
Yeah, I know that was weird. I noticed when you use slays, you can't use your cards again, but I didn't know you could not use your cards. Period.
Yeah, if you use a slight, they are gone for the fight, but I didn't use that many to the point where it would make me lose all my cards. I know that for a fact. So how come I lost almost all my cards and it put me in a position where I could not beat the boss because of it? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
I can't tell you. Do you know Shnick?
I don't know. Maybe you didn't have as many cards as you once thought.
No, I don't think that's true. I think I just fucking got screwed for some reason. Some unknown reason. That's what I think. I have to look at the fight again and see what specifically happened, and I'll count how many slights I used during that fight.
Have you tried the fight again recently?
I might today. I don't know.
Oh. So don't know from Brandon yet?
No, never heard from Brandon, not even on Facebook.
I mean, I heard he was grounded for a while, but
no, he
supposedly
was
he was ungrounded yesterday.
Really?
Yeah,
that was fast.
Supposedly.
Yeah, didn't I tell you?
No.
Oh.
If I did, I was half asleep. Like we talked last night.
Oh. Well, yeah, last night he got ungrounded. Apparently, he's supposed to be grounded during the weekdays up until his year of the school year ends.
What did he do?
So, I don't know.
Probably bad grades. That's how I got grounded.
Oh, yeah, I think that's how, bad grades. And then meanwhile, I have a couple D's in like 2 classes, and I'm not grounded for shit. Then again, I guess all my other classes grades are pretty good, so maybe that's why. Then again, I don't know. I don't think I've really been grounded for bad grades per se. So there's that.
Speaking of grounded, what is that even anymore? I mean, you're in your room for a whole. Go out of your room. Like, okay, like computer, check. Like,
Well,
really,
I mean,
like, when ground people, you gotta think, no internet access, computer gone, phone gone, like.
Yeah.
Because really, unless you're an outside person, like people like nowadays, like, hey, whatever, I'm grounded. Oh well, good luck to my friends.
Well, I mean, for me, they would take my stuff away, which would be computer, consoles, etc., and that would actually get me fucking screwed over because I actually need that stuff to stay entertained. Because every other form of entertainment in the house, like watching TV or anything like that, I pretty much never do.
I know.
So,
I don't want that much TV anymore either. I'm either on YouTube or Hulu. I watch TV on YouTube or Hulu or something. I don't even watch that much TV anymore.
Yeah, not to mention that there's like basically nothing to do around here, and all my friends don't live close enough to be a walking distance, so yeah.
Have you made any friends in Phoenix yet, or is all your friends still in Colorado?
I made like one other friend, yeah. Oh no, Crash Bandicoot Forever. I'm still reading the chat. I just don't have anything to reply you with.
Wah, wah.
Good job, Shnick.
So what about you,
Shnick
Shnick?
is
Have you
very
met your
insightful.
new roommates yet, or not yet?
No, I have not. And you know what my mod told me earlier?
What?
What?
She claimed that I should have told her sooner of how rude the ones I'm currently with were to me. But here's the funny part. I did tell her. But until now, she passed off their rudeness as simple me not being courteous to them.
Wow.
Like when I told her how they make messes and they expect me to pitch in and cleaning them, whereas I always clean my messes, and it's my philosophy that everyone should clean up after themselves, so you don't touch anybody else's gross shit.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what germs everybody gets while they're out on their daily basis. I want them touching my germs, and I don't want to be touching theirs. To me, that's being courteous. Cleaning up after yourself. But to them...
Oh, sorry.
To them, they got pissy when I didn't help them. Yeah, I always clean up after myself, and they didn't want to clean after themselves. And I told my mom about that. Now she says, yeah, that's rude, disrespectful. You know what you were saying before?
What was she saying before?
Just help them. Do what you can to help them.
Well,
some people, if you help them once, like, oh, they'll do it for us all the time.
That's probably what happened.
Also, Vandalia, I wanted to say earlier while Shnick was talking, you just had a random stranger as a guest for a few seconds when you walked by. Also from the chat, Shnick, you'll probably enjoy this. Ogre is love, Shrek is ogre, life live long, and have lots of pins, and then fidge to peep, apple, and eat lots of onions.
That's Nick. You should join the chat. You should type in chat. Say hi to your fan.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I'm just trying to... Oops.
What are you doing? What are you
playing Gary's mod, shooting at stormtroopers.
Oh, well, I guess he's not joining chat anytime soon.
Hang on.
Hang on to what?
Hang on to something. Oh my God, no!
Shrek the large. What the? Oh my God! Oh my God, Vandalia! Fuck.
Oh God.
Shrek's box.
Shrek box.
So any trolls today in the chat, or just normal people?
No,
I don't know. How many troopers are there? Oh my God.
It's okay. They can't shoot at you because they suck at shooting. Oh fuck! Shrek on Game Boy. God damn it.
Shrek on Game Boy. What the hell? Now I need to look at this chat.
Oh my God. Shrek on PS4.
Yeah, my dog's getting pissy.
Your dog? Wait, your dog?
Shrek on PS4. No, Shrek on Nintendo Switch.
Shrek on Ouya. Oh God.
Would you play it?
Who?
Either one of you.
No. Motherfucker, Shnick. Now you join chat. Give me the fucking smug look. Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, it's too bad we can't show the chat and hangouts for the video, but
yeah.
And my dog's getting pissy at me.
Well, maybe
pissy? Is he entering redneck mode? Is he like redneck mode? Activate.
Yeah, when I went to go pick him up, he backed away because that means he wants me to chase him.
Like
that doggo better listen.
Shit, wait, I have him.
Wait.
I have him.
Wait.
Redneck mode deactivate.
New guest star.
No.
Hey boy.
Shnick, reactivate redneck mode.
See how do your public.
Reactivate it.
Doggy.
Reactivate it.
Hey boy. Say hi to the podcast. Say hi. Say hi.
Oh my God.
Say hi.
He's like, please help me. Please.
He does kind of look like that. Oh my God.
Please, I'm being tortured. Call Animal Protective Services. Oh no, he's giving you baby's kisses now.
Yep. All right, I think he's had enough. All right, get down.
Redneck mode reactivated.
All right, he jumped.
Shnick, you just reactivated redneck mode.
Now he's just looking at me funny.
Shrek on the shit Ben 10 card reader console. Shrek on LJN video art.
He just did the defiant growl to me.
Shrek on the knockoff Wii, the woo.
So what about your level 1 run? Do you ever get past Katie's level?
Nope.
Still stuck there?
And now I pissed him off.
And maybe if you go off world and level up your Valor form, get like dodge, whatever level 1 gets you, Valor form gets you. Maybe you get past that.
Well, the thing is that it's possible to do it. It's possible to do it. Oh fuck. Okay, I just looked at chat, but fucking it's possible to do it. It's just a pain in the ass. Also, now apparently there's Shrek on your face. Crash on Xbox is stupid. Oh, another guest star random appearance. Oh, nice music. This is my jam.
Micro fast.
What medicine should I choose?
Oh, why'd you make the Mickle? The Mickle? What? I don't know. Okay, let's play the guess what he's gonna choose game.
Tylenol.
Caffeine. Google on Xbox. Is he gonna get caffeine? Ooh, Pepsi. Mountain Dew? Is it Mountain Dew? Oh, he's not showing it on cam.
Pepsi.
Oh my God.
No Mountain Dew. What the fuck?
Pepsi. No Mountain Dew. What the fuck? Oh, apparently there's Advil on Xbox now. What the hell?
No, that's not the Xbox one because it's green. It's not green.
Oh, guest star appearance, the cash register.
Boy, what are you doing?
The counter. Mountain Dew on Xbox. God damn it.
Hang on a minute.
See, Shnick, you reactivated redneck mode. What did you expect? Your dog's like, oh, since you grabbed me and held me to the camera, now I'm going to go redneck mode. This is what you get. Oh, he's leaving the store. The cashier looks...
Just you wait, I did activate redneck mode. Hang on.
Oh my god. Vandalia, apparently according to someone on... he turned off his webcam. Like, according to someone on the chat, apparently the cashier looked pissed off.
Boy.
Oh god, he's on phone.
Come on, boy.
Redneck phone. He's on mobile.
Jewel Shnick.
Oh shit, there he goes.
Come on, turn. Hi, Shnick and Shnick.
Did I just hear a growl?
It's him.
There he is. Oh god. Well, Delia, since you're in a McDonald's, are you gonna go?
Hey, look, Mario toys.
Wait, what? Ew! What the hell? Why is there that box thing there?
It's an toy advertisement.
That's gross.
Happy Meals.
I thought they switched it back already.
There's you.
Wait, what?
And your girlfriend.
I have a girlfriend? I mean, yeah, I do.
Oh my god! I cornered him.
Oh, shit. He's running. He's still going. Not for long.
That's the podcast.
I should have asked him if he had anything to say for the podcast.
I got him.
This calls for a celebration. Hang, 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 hang.
I got him. Oh my god.
Vandalia, where's the green sauce?
My god. There. I caught my prize.
You caught your prize. Oh shit.
You got to see me chasing him and his redneck over the first time on camera. Okay.
Vandalia, where's the green sauce? Oh, this is what the back of a McDonald's looks like? Huh.
Yep.
Wow.
He's like, what the hell am I looking at?
Dog looks.
Boy,
angry.
I'm about to whip you.
No, I'm not doing that. It's just that he loves it when people chase him.
Vandalia, apparently the person in chat wants you to show the green sauce.
And now he's going back on his perch at the window. Oh, my God. He's probably going to follow me and he's going to do his same shtick.
Wait. Oh, that's sweet and sour. I thought they called it green sauce legitimately.
Mario, are you ready to go back in here?
Well, he showed the green sauce.
Okay.
I wonder where Shnick is. Shnick, do you know where Shnick is? Oh my god, that's loud.
Nope, do not know where Shnick is.
So Shnick does not know where Shnick is, right? Apparently, the person in chat doesn't have that sauce in his McDonald's anymore. Oh, apparently he's in an area with a ceiling fan. I didn't know they had a ceiling fan at McDonald's before. Wait, what? Oh, wait a minute. That's not Vandalia. What the hell? That was Shnick.
Hey,
Okay, there's Vandalia.
enjoy the randomness.
Oh my god. Oh, it's already lunch break? Wow, that was fast.
And now I return to the depths.
The depths of what?
The depths of the basement.
Oh
Bye.
god, the underground tunnels. He disappeared into the underground tunnels. Am I wrapping up soon? I have no idea.
I hope not, because I have returned.
So I got to be going again soon. It's time to talk on, but if you guys have any more stuff to talk about, keep going. If not,
So you're gonna go?
So, would you like to know what your Christmas surprise is?
Oh fuck.
Oh my god, I need to look at the stream again and see what the redneck mode looked like.
Yeah,
Was it smooth or was it like very laggy?
laggy-ish.
You're like, oh my god, now I need to redo it. I need to reactivate redneck mode again.
Yeah, it's not my fault.
It's your fault
Yeah,
for
so me and
having
Shnick went on a tour. He's going on a tour too.
What? What about a
Yeah,
tour?
me and Shnick went on a traveling tour. You should go on your tour.
Really?
Yeah, I see.
Well, what topics do we have at this point, Shnick?
I don't know. It's still going, not for long.
I guess if we're to end it soon, let's review our topics. Yeah, let's review the topics for the night.
Wait, what?
Let's review what we talked about so far.
Oh yeah, so we talked about fucking a March science thing, and then we talked about what was the second thing again?
Paying for knowledge.
Yeah, that's right. And then after that,
universities, I think.
Yeah.
Different colleges.
And then ACT and SAT.
Basically everything. That's what we talked about.
Shut up, Shnick.
Oh!
Prom.
Yep.
Source codes.
Prototype versions, getting to see them or stuff.
Yeah.
And then differences between the different ports of games, or at least Spider-Man, to be specific.
Yeah, Spider-Man I talked about in detail because of my experiment yesterday.
Oh, and I gotta go. Time to clock in. I'll see you. Enjoy the random, everybody. Enjoy these two if they still talk about stuff or they're wrapping it up. I don't know. Bye.
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 Have fun at your Mickey D's. Okay.
Mickey D's.
So yeah, we talked about the differences between different ports, specifically Spider-Man, and then after that, did we talk about anything else after that?
We witnessed my dog go into redneck mode.
Yeah.
And I forgot. We'd have to watch through it because it is kind of a random thing at this point. We briefly talked about prom at one point.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
At this point, I think it's basically... I think we should wrap it up at this point because I got nothing else to say now, so...
Yeah.
Well, if you enjoyed the podcast, then make sure to talk about the McChicken. The McChicken, it's chickeny. It's McDonald's like. Boom. There you go. I don't know how much it costs, so. But yeah, if you enjoyed this podcast, then make sure to check out the rest of Vandelia's content. Make sure to check out both my content and Shnick's content. You got anything specific to say about your content, Shnick?
The games I play can often be surprisingly good or really crappy. Like Shrek on Xbox can be crappy, but then I end up having a surprising amount of fun with SpongeBob Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, especially since it now allowed me to get recognition by a popular YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Schnickalicious. Oh my god.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said it's Schnickalicious.
That should be my new motto, I swear to God.
Oh my god. Oh shit, dude.
You know it's this that makes me want to record videos tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe two of us will do it.
maybe, yeah.
Think of a random game. I mean, let's see. We could do that TMNT game you had me do.
Maybe.
Or I could just pick another random game, pull another name out of a hat. But then again, that wouldn't give significance to the whole raffle thing I introduced. Oh, speaking of which, I need to upload that video of Drunk Obi-Wan announcing the winner.
Yeah.
So,
And as
but right
for
now I'm
me,
uploading another KH video.
and as for me, if you're watching this during the live stream, then I might do a live stream or whatever tonight. And if you're watching this as a video, then this is probably insignificant. So, yeah. Well, I think we're pretty much done here. So, yeah, as Vandalia says, enjoy the randomness. See ya.
Bye.